The Chicago Bears have signed a versatile safety that can play all positions in the defensive backfield. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We got Stevo, myself, Haize in the building today. And Steve, we are talking about major burns, bro. I know that sounds like something that you need to go get checked out, but nonetheless, the Chicago Bears have signed Major Burns, a safety. He also has history of playing wide receiver. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. Started off his collegiate career with Georgia. Transferred to LSU, where he played 4 years there at LSU. This is a guy that brings a lot of versatility potentially to the backfield. He has experience as a wide receiver. He's played cornerback and safety. So that's something under Dennis Allen, especially with the way that he likes to use his defensive backs, could make him a versatile weapon for the Chicago Bears. But how you feeling, Steve-O?
Yeah, I like him. Like you said, I think the key thing coming from him that I learned is, and what I've seen over the years, he's just extremely versatile. A lot of schools actually wanted him to play DB. They thought he had a future in DB. Others had him playing a lot of nickel. Some had him play outside. Some of them had him just like he is now, a safety. And it has a multitude of things. I think his size has a lot to do with it. Decent athlete. I think he had like a 47-inch vertical, ran like a 4.3, 4.53, something like that.
Yeah.
So like, which is decent for safety. So yeah, I think with that, but with all that being said, to have that 6'3" frame in a secondary position is something we always look at as a plus, because if you can't get your hands, if you can't catch it, at least you're gonna get your hands on it. But one thing we know about him, especially with his history being a wide receiver in the past, is he has pretty decent ball skills. Which, that being said, reason why you got I think he had 5 to 6 interceptions in his last few seasons. So not super high, but it shows that he can get it done if it's thrown his way.
Yeah, and the thing that I love about him too is that he's physical. Like he gets very physical when it comes back to it. Now, he can get a little handsy sometimes, we can get foul calls, but that's what coaching is there for, to help get that coached out of him and things like that. But this guy has forced drops, he's forced fumbles, he creates turnovers. He has the potential to really be a turnover creating machine, and that's something that I really like about his potential here. Now, we know that with undrafted free agents, it doesn't always mean that they're going to make the roster or anything like that, but I do think when you look at the versatility that he has, specifically under a Dennis Allen system and scheme, and his experience that he's bringing as well, if you can get some of those things underway, I think at bare minimum, you're looking at the Bears probably trying to keep him around as a practice squad player. But I wouldn't say that it's outside the realm of possibility, especially with the Bears not necessarily going out and addressing safety in the way that we thought they would in this draft. You may need a solid backup there. I know we got Owens, we got Jonathan Owens still on the roster and things like that, but I think this is a guy that has a pretty good path to stay on the roster. What do you think, Steve-O?
Yeah, like you said, though, they didn't necessarily, well, they didn't go after really a safety till the draft is over. So with us needing a safety, I think he has a chance to make it. One of the main things you don't have to worry about, and what's going to keep him, he's going, if he don't stay here, somebody's going to find a spot for him, and he's going to be that guy that you always find him on the team no matter what. It's just because you don't have to question his motor. You don't have to question him trying to be physical. He gonna go out there and try to hit somebody, and he gonna play 110 miles per hour at all times. And at that size, is a difference maker no matter what team he on.
That's a fact. The size, the speed that he has, no, it's not like breakneck speed, but I think when you combine that with the wingspan and everything that he has here, he's going to have to put on some weight. But other than that, like, I see this guy as having some really good potential to make this team. Let me ask you this, Steve-O. What do you think would be the thing that would keep him from making it, whether it's somebody already on the roster, whether it's a lack of his skill set? What is something you think could keep him from making the roster here for the Bears?
It just depends on how deep they want their safeties to be, because some coaches got to set them out. Like, I only want 2 spots on a space. I only want 3. So if it's a space where we can have 3 to 4 safeties on the roster, I see him making it. The only person he's going to be really ahead of him and what they do similar things is Owens, and the thing he has over Owens is the physical traits. He's taller than him.
Yeah. That's
And the ball skills, I would say.
Yeah, the ball skills definitely are a big thing there. But his motor, his ability to play safety, corner, or nickel, all that comes into place. I think he could be a weapon here. And I think him playing multiple positions as well. Keep in mind, some people had him being drafted anywhere between rounds 4 and 7, mainly because that wide range, because looks at is due to just kind of the things that he needs to refine. But so the Bears potentially could get a player here that could have went as high as the 4th round. If you even want to call it average, as an undrafted free agent, getting what a 5th round pick on average could have been, I don't think that's a bad sign.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, this is he kind of has some like unforeseen upside. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to, I think we always gonna try to bet on somebody in the secondary that's just that size. Especially at the safety position, especially if he's able to put on somewhat considerable amount of muscle. That would help as well, because, like you said, we don't know the future about our Jaquan and what is his role. Play near that line, play physical, go out there and hit people, and then occasionally when it's time to make that interception, he can go do that. And that's kind of the similar type of role that he did in LSU. We like versatile safeties, and that's what he fits. And he's pretty much the only versatile safety we looked at.
Exactly. And I think it says something as well, the fact that the Bears went out there and got him right after the draft. It was probably like an hour after the draft that they signed him. So to me, that says that they really did have their eyes on him and what he could bring to this team. And so we'll see. I trust Dennis Allen. That's where a lot of my faith is coming in here with the new coaching staff. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see if they can. Because like I said before, I said it at the bottom of the draft. If you can find somebody that even turns into a rotational piece for you as an undrafted free agent, that's great value. So,
and one thing I know is with the past regime, but one thing we have been doing is finding some last minute secondary pieces, and they have stick. Like the guy I like, I don't know why his name is not popping, but Locks out of Minnesota. Why is his name
I
not
know you're
popping?
talking about,
But
yeah.
he stay Blackwell, people of that ilk, like everybody that we considerably draft later in rounds. That's if they not on the practice field, they made the roster.
Yeah, definitely. Any last thoughts, Steve, before we get up out of here?
Nah, we got way more others to cover. They didn't
Yeah, we
sound
got
like 10 of
more
them.
coming. We got more coming. So make sure you guys stay in tune with us, man. You guys can follow us at Shy Bear Central. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-242-9336 with your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.